Gabriel's heart raced as he stared at the sent message on his phone. "Hey, sorry to bother you, but my sister's baby is out of formula and I can't afford more until payday. Any chance you can help with a pack?" He'd meant to send it to his best friend Alex, but in his panic at 2 a.m. he'd tapped the wrong contact, the one labeled E, from a networking event months ago, which turned out to be Emmanuel Carter, the reclusive billionaire behind Carter Tech. What followed was not the expected silence or angry reply. Instead, within minutes, his phone buzzed with a call from an unknown number. "Is this Gabriel? This is Emmanuel. Tell me more about the baby and don't worry about the formula." Gabriel froze in his tiny Chicago apartment, the crib in the corner where his nephew Leo slept fitfully after another night of crying. At 32, Gabriel had always been the reliable uncle, the one who stepped up when his sister Mia's husband left her pregnant and broke. But being the single gay uncle in a family that still clung to old-world expectations meant keeping his own life locked away. His parents back in their quiet suburban home still asked when he would settle down with a nice girl, never suspecting the truth he'd buried since college. Now, with Leo needing special formula after being born premature, Gabriel had swallowed his pride to ask for help. The voice on the phone was calm and deep, carrying an authority that made Gabriel's stomach twist. He explained the situation in halting words, expecting judgment. Instead, Emmanuel asked precise questions about the brand, the baby's weight, and even Mia's work schedule. By the end of the call, Gabriel hung up stunned. The next morning, a courier arrived with not one pack, but a full year's supply of the premium organic formula plus diapers, wipes, and a note that read, "No strings. Call if you need anything else, Emmanuel." Gabriel stared at the boxes, feeling a mix of relief and unease. Who did that for a stranger? He texted a polite thank you and thought that would be the end. But Emmanuel replied instantly, inviting him to coffee to discuss ongoing support. Curiosity and desperation won out. They met at a quiet cafe downtown where Emmanuel waited in a simple sweater, looking nothing like the Billionaire headlines. Tall, with sharp features and kind eyes, he greeted Gabriel with a firm handshake that lingered just a second too long. Over lattes, Emmanuel shared how he had grown up with a younger brother who struggled with health issues and how small acts of kindness had saved his family once. Gabriel opened up about Mia's struggles and his own role as uncle, feeling seen for the first time in years. As they talked, Gabriel noticed the way Emmanuel listened without pity, the way his laugh came easy when Gabriel joked about diaper disasters. By the time they parted, Gabriel felt lighter than he had in months. Little did he know this meeting was only the beginning of a connection that would challenge everything he thought he knew about love and belonging. Back home, Mia noticed the supplies and teased him about his mysterious new friend. Gabriel brushed it off, but inside his mind raced. Emmanuel Carter, the man whose company built empires, was now part of his small world, and the spark he felt was dangerous. That night, as Leo cooed contentedly for the first time in weeks, Gabriel allowed himself to wonder what it would mean to let someone in. The days that followed brought more messages from Emmanuel, checking on Leo, offering to cover the next pediatric visit, and even sending a car seat when Gabriel mentioned the old one was worn. Each gesture felt thoughtful, not showy, and Gabriel found himself looking forward to the replies. One evening, Emmanuel suggested dinner at his penthouse to talk about long-term help for Mia. Gabriel hesitated but agreed, telling himself it was only practical. The penthouse was sleek and modern, with floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the lake, yet Emmanuel had made it feel warm with family photos and soft lighting. Over pasta, he listened as Gabriel spoke about the pressure of being the dependable son, the one expected to carry on the family name while hiding who he really was. Emmanuel's eyes softened. "I get it," he said quietly. "The world sees what it wants, and sometimes we let it." In that moment, Gabriel realized Emmanuel understood the weight because he carried it too. Their conversation flowed late into the night, touching on dreams and fears. When Gabriel left, he carried a new hope and a quiet fear that this connection could upend his carefully guarded life. Meanwhile, across town, Emmanuel sat alone, replaying the evening. He had built walls for a reason, yet Gabriel's honesty had cracked them. The unimaginable gift he had given was about to become something far greater. The following week brought the first real test when Mia's landlord raised the rent unexpectedly. Gabriel mentioned it casually in a text and Emmanuel responded by covering 3 months in advance. Grateful but overwhelmed, Gabriel insisted on meeting to repay in some way. They walked along the lakefront, the city lights reflecting on the water as Gabriel tried to set boundaries. "I can't keep taking without giving back," he said. Emmanuel stopped, turning to face him. "This isn't about debt, Gabriel. It's about seeing someone who deserves more." The air between them shifted, charged with unspoken words. Gabriel felt his pulse quicken, wondering if the billionaire felt the same pull. But before he could respond, his phone rang, Mia frantic because Leo had a fever. They rushed together to the apartment, Emmanuel calmly calling his personal doctor, who arrived within the hour. As the night wore on, with Leo finally sleeping peacefully, Gabriel watched Emmanuel hold the baby with surprising gentleness. In that quiet moment, the lines between helper and friend blurred into something deeper. Yet Gabriel knew the road ahead was filled with shadows, his family's expectations, his own doubts, and the secret he had protected for so long. Emmanuel's presence had opened a door he wasn't sure he could close. The weeks turned into months, and their bond grew stronger through small daily acts. Gabriel introduced Emmanuel to Mia as a generous friend, and she welcomed him warmly, unaware of the undercurrents. But Gabriel's best friend Alex noticed the change, teasing him about the mysterious billionaire. "You look happy, man," Alex said one night over beers. "Just be careful with guys like that." The warning lingered, but Gabriel pushed it aside, focusing on the joy Leo brought and the way Emmanuel made him feel seen. One weekend they took Leo to the zoo, Emmanuel pushing the stroller like it was the most natural thing. Children laughed around them, and for a few hours Gabriel allowed himself to imagine a life where this could be real. But as they returned home, a call from his mother shattered the illusion. "Your father and I are coming to visit next month," she said. "We want to meet this new friend Mia mentioned. Maybe he's the one to finally settle you down." Gabriel's stomach dropped. The visit would force truths into the light, and he wasn't ready. Emmanuel sensed the tension during their next call and offered to step back if needed. "I don't want to complicate your life," he said softly. But Gabriel knew it was already complicated. The connection they shared was the unimaginable gift that had awakened his heart, and now he had to decide how far he was willing to go. As autumn leaves fell across Chicago, the stage was set for revelations that would test them both. Gabriel lay awake that night, staring at the ceiling, the weight of his double life pressing down. Emmanuel's kindness had given Leo stability and Mia hope, but it had also stirred feelings Gabriel had long suppressed. He remembered the family dinners where his parents praised his responsibility while subtly hinting at marriage. Coming out had never been an option, not when it risked their disapproval and the fragile support they gave Mia. Yet with Emmanuel, the idea of authenticity felt possible, even if terrifying. The next day at work, as a graphic designer, Gabriel received a delivery flowers from Emmanuel with a note, "For the uncle who gives everything." Colleagues teased him, but Gabriel smiled, hiding the flutter in his chest. That evening they met at a small Italian place, Emmanuel sharing stories of his own hidden struggles, building an empire while guarding his truth from board members who valued tradition. "I lost friends when I tried to be open once," he admitted. Gabriel reached across the table, their fingers brushing. "You don't have to hide with me." The touch lingered, sending sparks through both men. But as they left the restaurant, a photographer snapped a photo, mistaking them for business associates. The image circulated online with captions questioning the billionaire's personal life. Emmanuel brushed it off, but Gabriel felt exposed. The misunderstanding escalated when Alex confronted him. "Is there something you're not telling me?" his friend asked. Gabriel denied it, fearing the ripple effects. The pressure mounted as his parents' visit loomed closer. Mia, sensing tension, asked if Emmanuel was more than a friend. Gabriel deflected, but the lie tasted bitter. In the quiet moments with Leo, he whispered promises to be braver. Emmanuel, meanwhile, faced his own crossroads, a major merger meeting where investors demanded a traditional image. He chose to prioritize Gabriel, scheduling a private dinner instead. There, under candlelight, they shared their first vulnerable kiss, a moment of pure connection that sealed their path. Yet the road ahead held storms, misunderstandings that could break them, and truths that demanded courage. The unimaginable gift had become love, and now they had to fight for it. The kiss lingered in Gabriel's mind long after Emmanuel's car disappeared into the night. He touched his lips, still feeling the warmth, the tenderness that had no place in his carefully constructed world. The next morning, Leo's giggles pulled him back to reality, but the secret burned brighter. At breakfast, Mia eyed him curiously. "You seem different," she said, stirring her coffee. "This Emmanuel guy, he's good for you, isn't he?" Gabriel nodded, forcing a smile, but inside the fear grew. His parents would arrive in 2 weeks, expecting the perfect son, the one who fixed everything without needing anything for himself. Revealing his sexuality now after years of silence felt like stepping off a cliff. Emmanuel texted later that day, suggesting a weekend getaway to his lake house, just the 3 of them with Leo. "No pressure," he wrote. "Just time to breathe." Gabriel agreed, the idea of escape tempting. The drive up was filled with easy conversation, Emmanuel pointing out landmarks, sharing childhood memories of summers by the water. At the house, with its wide decks and peaceful views, Gabriel watched Emmanuel play with Leo on the grass, the billionaire's usual intensity softened by laughter. In that scene, Gabriel saw the family he had always longed for but never dared claim. As evening fell, they sat by the fire, Emmanuel opening up about the betrayal that had closed his heart years ago, a former partner who sold their story to the press. "I built walls after that," he confessed. "But you make me want to tear them down." Gabriel shared his own story, the college boyfriend he had hidden, the nights he cried alone after family gatherings. Their hands found each other again, and this time the kiss was deeper, filled with promise. But the peace shattered when Gabriel's phone rang. It was Alex, his voice urgent. "Dude, there's a photo online of you and Emmanuel at dinner. People are talking, and your mom called me asking questions." Gabriel's blood ran cold. The misunderstanding had spread faster than he feared. He assured Alex it was nothing, but the damage was done. Back in Chicago the next day, his mother left a voicemail, her tone laced with confusion. "We saw something online about you and that billionaire. Is there something you want to tell us before we visit?" Gabriel deleted it, heart pounding. Emmanuel offered to handle the media spin, but Gabriel refused, not wanting to drag him into the mess. Instead, he confronted the growing tension at work, where colleagues whispered about the photo. One coworker, Jake, pulled him aside. "If there's truth to it, man, be careful. The company's family-oriented, you know." The subtle warning echoed the societal pressure Gabriel had always navigated. That night, Emmanuel came over with takeout, sensing the storm. They talked for hours, Leo sleeping nearby as Gabriel voiced his doubts. "What if I lose everything, my family, Mia's support?" Emmanuel listened, then pulled him close. "You won't lose me. And maybe this is the push you need to claim your life." The words ignited hope, but also fear. The following week brought the first major conflict when Mia discovered the online buzz. "Why didn't you tell me?" she asked, tears in her eyes. "I thought we were closer than that." Gabriel explained his reasons, the fear of burdening her during her own struggles. She forgave him, but the rift with his parents deepened when they arrived early, demanding answers. The family dinner was tense, his father questioning Emmanuel's intentions, while his mother pressed for details about Gabriel's personal life. Emmanuel stayed calm, defending their friendship, but Gabriel could see the strain. Later, in private, his parents confronted him alone. "We raised you with values," his father said. "This isn't the life we envisioned." The rejection stung deep, reopening old wounds. Gabriel left the house shaken, calling Emmanuel, who met him at a park bench. There, under the stars, they held each other, the first time Gabriel allowed himself to cry in front of someone. "I don't know if I can do this," he whispered. Emmanuel kissed his forehead. "You don't have to do it alone." Their bond strengthened through the crisis, but new challenges loomed. Alex, who had always been loyal, began acting distant, hinting at jealousy over the attention Gabriel received. One evening at a bar, Alex blurted out his feelings. "I've been here for you through everything, and now this guy swoops in?" The betrayal cut deep, Gabriel realizing his best friend had harbored unspoken resentment. The argument escalated, with Alex storming out, leaving Gabriel questioning every friendship. Emmanuel comforted him, but the damage rippled. Meanwhile at work, the merger rumors intensified and Emmanuel faced pressure from his board to distance himself from any personal scandal. He chose Gabriel anyway, canceling a key meeting to attend Leo's doctor's appointment. The sacrifice spoke volumes, deepening their connection. As winter approached, the turning point arrived when Leo developed an ear infection requiring surgery. Gabriel's insurance fell short and Emmanuel covered it without hesitation, flying in specialists. During the hospital wait, Gabriel finally said the words that had been building. "I love you." Emmanuel's response was immediate and sure, pulling him into an embrace that felt like home. Yet the road to acceptance remained rocky, with family still divided and society watching. The unimaginable gift had evolved into a love worth fighting for, but the highest emotional peaks still lay ahead as secrets fully surfaced and decisions shaped their futures. Gabriel woke the next morning with renewed determination. The surgery had gone well and Leo was recovering. Emmanuel stayed by his side through the night, holding his hand in the dim hospital room. The quiet intimacy solidified what they both knew: this was more than friendship, more than charity. It was the kind of love that demanded courage. Back at the apartment, Mia hugged them both, grateful for the support that had saved her son. "You two are good together," she said softly, no judgment in her voice. Her acceptance was a small victory, but Gabriel knew convincing his parents would be harder. The holidays brought another layer of pressure, with family gatherings planned. Gabriel and Emmanuel decided to face it together, attending a dinner where his father barely spoke and his mother asked pointed questions about future plans. The tension peaked when his father pulled Gabriel aside. "This lifestyle, it will destroy you and us." The words echoed long after the evening ended, leaving Gabriel torn between love and loyalty. Emmanuel suggested a trip to clear their heads, and they drove to a cabin in the woods with Leo bundled warmly. There, away from the city, they talked openly about the future, building dreams of a shared life. But a call from Alex interrupted the peace. His friend had leaked details to a gossip site in a moment of hurt. The article portrayed Emmanuel as using Gabriel for publicity and questioned the billionaire's hidden life. The betrayal shattered Gabriel. He confronted Alex, who apologized too late, the damage spreading online. Emmanuel's team worked to contain it, but the emotional toll was heavy. In the cabin, Gabriel broke down, questioning if his love was worth the chaos. Emmanuel held him, promising they would weather it. "You've given me something real," he said. "That's the gift I never expected." Their conversation turned to action, with Emmanuel deciding to come out publicly on his terms during a company event. The decision was a turning point, risking his empire for truth. Gabriel supported him, attending the event where Emmanuel spoke honestly about his identity and the man who inspired his courage. The room was stunned, but applause followed, some investors walking out, others staying. The aftermath brought mixed reactions, but also unexpected support from allies. Gabriel's family watched the speech online, and for the first time his mother called not to criticize but to talk. The conversation was raw, filled with tears and questions, but it opened a door. Slowly, over weeks, his parents began to accept the reality, meeting Emmanuel again with cautious warmth. The growth was painful yet real, showing how love could bridge divides. Yet one final misunderstanding threatened everything when a business rival twisted the story, claiming Gabriel was after money. The accusation led to a heated argument where Gabriel accused Emmanuel of not protecting him enough. Hurtful words flew until they both stepped back, realizing fear had fueled the fight. They reconciled with honest promises to face challenges as a team. As spring bloomed, their relationship matured into something steady and deep. Leo took his first steps toward both men, symbolizing the family they were building. The journey of identity and acceptance had transformed them both, proving that one missent message could rewrite destinies. But the story was far from over, with new horizons calling. The reconciliation in the cabin marked a new chapter for Gabriel and Emmanuel. They returned to Chicago stronger, determined to build without hiding. Gabriel resumed work with a fresh perspective, sharing more of himself with trusted colleagues who responded with surprising support. Emmanuel restructured parts of his company to reflect his values, promoting inclusivity initiatives that turned the scandal into a positive shift. Yet the emotional scars from the betrayal lingered. Alex tried to make amends, sending apologies, but Gabriel needed time. The friendship forever changed. In quiet moments, Gabriel reflected on how far he had come from the desperate text that started it all. The unimaginable gift was no longer just supplies or money, it was the courage Emmanuel had awakened in him. One evening, as they cooked dinner together with Leo in his high chair, Emmanuel proposed a simple commitment, not marriage yet, but a promise to face life side by side. Gabriel accepted, tears in his eyes, the decision feeling right. Family dynamics continued to evolve. His parents visited more often, bringing gifts for Leo and gradually including Emmanuel in conversations. His father even asked about the company, once a small step toward understanding. Mia thrived with the stability, watching her brother bloom. But societal pressures didn't vanish overnight. At a community event they attended, hand in hand, whispers followed, some stares, judgmental, others curious. Gabriel felt the weight, but Emmanuel's steady presence helped him stand tall. The experience taught him that acceptance was a journey, not a destination. A major turning point came when Emmanuel faced a board vote on a controversial expansion. Investors demanded he tone down his public image, but he refused, standing by his truth and Gabriel. The vote passed narrowly thanks to new allies drawn to his authenticity. The victory, celebrated at home with Mia and Leo, felt like validation. Yet another challenge arose when Gabriel's old college friend reached out, revealing he had faced similar struggles. Their conversation inspired Gabriel to start a small support group for gay uncles and fathers navigating family expectations. Emmanuel backed the idea, providing space and resources, the project becoming a passion for both. As summer arrived, they planned a trip to California to visit Emmanuel's brother, who had always known his secret. The reunion was warm, filled with stories and laughter, Leo charming everyone. There Gabriel saw the full picture of Emmanuel's past, the sacrifices, the quiet strength. Returning home, they faced one last major conflict when a tabloid dug up old photos, twisting them into lies about their relationship. The stress tested them, but instead of arguing they worked as a team, issuing a joint statement that shut down the rumors. The experience solidified their bond, proving communication was key. In the aftermath, Gabriel finally came out fully to extended family during a reunion. The reactions varied, but the love from Mia and his parents carried him through. Emmanuel stood beside him, the support unwavering. Their life settled into a rhythm of shared responsibilities and quiet joys. Leo's milestones became their milestones, the family unit strong. Yet growth continued as Gabriel pursued a promotion at work, now confident in his identity. Emmanuel balanced empire building with personal time, the balance bringing peace. One night under the stars on their balcony, Gabriel reflected on the path. The shocking text had led to love, acceptance, and a version of himself he never imagined. But new decisions loomed about the future: family expansion, perhaps adoption. Emmanuel squeezed his hand, ready for whatever came. The emotional climax built as they hosted a holiday gathering blending both families. Laughter filled the apartment, old tensions replaced by warmth. In a private moment, his father pulled Gabriel aside. "I'm proud of you, son," he said, the words healing years of doubt. Tears flowed freely, the acceptance complete. Yet the journey had taught them that love required ongoing choice. As the year ended, they stood together, stronger, wiser, the unimaginable gift fully realized in each other's arms. But life had more lessons in store as external forces tested their resolve once again. Winter brought unexpected snowstorms, closing the city and forcing time indoors. Gabriel and Emmanuel used the days to plan ahead, discussing dreams like moving to a house with a yard for Leo. The conversations revealed deeper layers of their commitment. Mia joined some planning, excited for the changes. But a phone call from an old rival of Emmanuel's introduced new tension, threatening to reopen old wounds. The man claimed evidence of past indiscretions, aiming to sabotage the company. Emmanuel faced the threat head-on, with Gabriel by his side, reviewing documents late into the night. Their teamwork exposed the claims as false, turning the situation into another victory. The experience reminded them of the power of trust. Spring flowers bloomed as Gabriel completed his support group project, hosting its first public event. Attendees shared stories of similar journeys, the room filled with hope. Emmanuel spoke briefly about acceptance, the applause genuine. In that moment, Gabriel felt his purpose clear. Their relationship continued to deepen with small gestures like surprise picnics and notes left for each other. Leo, now toddling, called them both by name, the sound melting their hearts. Family visits became regular, his parents fully embracing the dynamic. Yet one lingering doubt remained in Gabriel about whether society would ever fully accept them. Emmanuel reassured him with actions proving love conquered prejudice. As they prepared for a major anniversary trip, the emotional foundation was solid. The journey from that single text had transformed two men into partners ready for anything. The unimaginable gift had been love all along, wrapped in challenges and growth. Now they looked forward with open hearts. But the story held one final twist as external events forced them to confront the ultimate question of sacrifice. A sudden health scare for Mia brought them rushing to the hospital again. Tests revealed stress-related issues requiring rest and support. Gabriel and Emmanuel stepped in, fully rearranging schedules to help with Leo and her recovery. The experience highlighted the fragility of life and the strength of their bond. Through long nights, they supported each other, the love shining brighter. Mia recovered, grateful, the incident drawing the family even closer. In the quiet aftermath, Gabriel proposed they formalize their commitment with a small ceremony. Emmanuel agreed, tears in his eyes, the decision marking true maturity. Planning began with joy, the future bright. Yet as invitations went out, one final misunderstanding surfaced when a distant relative questioned the invitation. Gabriel handled it with grace, explaining his truth, the conversation leading to unexpected understanding. The growth was complete. Their lives intertwined fully, the path from mis-sent message to lasting love, a testament to courage. The emotional arc peaked in moments of quiet reflection where both men acknowledged how far they had come. The unimaginable gift had been each other all along. The small ceremony took place in the lake house garden, surrounded by close friends and family. Sunlight filtered through trees as Gabriel and Emmanuel exchanged simple vows promising honesty and partnership. Leo toddled between them, dropping flower petals, the moment captured in laughter and tears. Mia stood as witness, her recovery complete, beaming with pride. Gabriel's parents watched with genuine smiles, the acceptance hard-won but real. The day marked the culmination of their journey, yet life continued with new layers. Back in the city, they settled into the new house, a modest suburban home with a backyard perfect for Leo. Gabriel balanced work and family while Emmanuel scaled back some business travel, prioritizing time together. The support group expanded, drawing more participants, Gabriel finding fulfillment in guiding others. One evening, a new member shared a story mirroring Gabriel's own, the conversation reminding him of his growth. Emmanuel attended events when possible, his presence inspiring many. Yet challenges persisted in subtle ways. A neighbor's curious questions tested their patience, but they responded with kindness, turning potential conflict into understanding. The experience reinforced their commitment to living openly. As summer festivals filled the calendar, they attended one as a family, holding hands without fear. The normalcy felt revolutionary. Leo's second birthday brought a party blending worlds, old friends and new allies celebrating together. In a quiet toast, Emmanuel thanked Gabriel for the text that started everything, the room laughing warmly. The humor masked deep gratitude. Autumn brought reflection as they marked 1 year since the first meeting. A private dinner recalled the cafe conversation, the spark that ignited change. Gabriel shared how the journey had healed his sense of self, Emmanuel echoing the sentiment. Their love had matured into a steady flame, guiding through storms. But new decisions arose about expanding the family, perhaps fostering or adopting. Conversations late at night explored the possibilities, the excitement tempered by realism. Mia offered support, eager for another niece or nephew. The planning added purpose to their days. Winter holidays featured a large gathering where Gabriel's extended family fully participated, stories shared, laughter echoing. The contrast to past tensions highlighted the transformation. Emmanuel's brother visited, bringing stories from the West Coast, the family circle widening. In January, a professional opportunity for Gabriel, a leadership role at work, required travel. Emmanuel encouraged him the trust strong. During the trip, they video called nightly, Leo waving at the screen, the separation strengthening their bond. Upon return, Gabriel accepted the position, the promotion, a symbol of confidence earned. Spring again brought renewal, with Leo starting preschool. The milestone prompted Gabriel to write a letter to his younger self, encouraging authenticity. Emmanuel read it, smiling, the gesture touching. Their routine included weekly date nights, keeping the romance alive. One such evening, at a rooftop restaurant overlooking the city, they danced slowly, the moment echoing their first kiss. The connection remained electric yet grounded. Yet external pressures tested them when Emmanuel's company faced a lawsuit from a disgruntled investor using personal life as leverage. The legal battle demanded time and energy, but they faced it united, gathering evidence and support. The case resolved in their favor, the victory another step in advocacy. Gabriel joined Emmanuel at press conferences, speaking on acceptance, the platform amplifying their message. The experience bonded them further. Summer vacations took them to the coast, where they built sandcastles with Leo, the simple joy profound. Conversations turned to legacy, what they wanted to leave behind. The discussions deepened their purpose. Back home, a surprise from Mia, a family portrait session captured their story in images. The photos adorned the walls, reminders of the path traveled. As the second anniversary approached, they planned a quiet renewal of vows, just the three of them. The ceremony on the beach at sunset symbolized endurance. Leo clapped happily, the scene perfect in its simplicity. Through it all, the original Ms. sent text remained a cherished anecdote shared at gatherings. Friends marveled at the outcome, the unimaginable gift, now a family legacy. Challenges had forged strength, misunderstandings had taught communication, and sacrifices had proven love's depth. Gabriel often paused in gratitude for the man who answered a desperate plea with kindness. Emmanuel in turn credited Gabriel for showing him vulnerability's power. Their story inspired the support group members, many finding their own paths. As seasons cycled, the bond remained the foundation. New horizons included community involvement, volunteering at LGBTQ centers, the work fulfilling. Leo grew curious, asking questions they answered age appropriately, the openness a gift. The family thrived in the modern world, navigating pressures with resilience. Yet one more emotional peak awaited as they considered a major move for better opportunities. The decision process involved long talks, weighing roots against growth. Ultimately, they chose stability, staying in the house that had witnessed their story. The choice reflected maturity. In quiet moments, Gabriel reflected on the psychological shifts from fear to freedom. Emmanuel shared similar insights, their conversations a space of true intimacy. The journey complete in many ways, yet ongoing. Love had triumphed, the acceptance earned through action and heart. The unimaginable gift had multiplied into a life rich with meaning. As they looked to the future, hand in hand, the past served as foundation. The single text had indeed changed everything for the better. The years blended into a rhythm of love and purpose for Gabriel and Emmanuel. Leo started kindergarten, excited for new adventures, the family adapting with school runs and playdates. Gabriel's support group evolved into a nonprofit, receiving grants thanks to Emmanuel's connections, the impact spreading beyond Chicago. Emmanuel's company flourished, with inclusive policies becoming a model in the industry. Their home filled with memories, photos of milestones, and drawings from Leo. Yet growth demanded continued effort. A family crisis emerged when Mia faced job loss, the stress testing their support system. Gabriel and Emmanuel stepped in, providing stability and encouragement, Mia finding new employment quickly. The episode reminded them of early days, the bond unbreakable. Community events became regular, they marched in pride parades, Leo waving flags, the visibility empowering others. Conversations with younger participants echoed Gabriel's past struggles, offering guidance born from experience. One participant, a young man named Jordan, shared his fears, Gabriel mentoring him, the role fulfilling. Emmanuel joined advocacy efforts, speaking at conferences, the platform growing. Their private life balanced the public one, with weekend hikes and board games, the normalcy grounding. Leo's questions about their relationship opened doors for honest talks, the family embracing openness. Holidays featured traditions blending cultures, the table full of laughter. Gabriel's parents hosted one year the warmth genuine. As Leo turned 5, they planned a special trip to Disney, the excitement building for months. The vacation created lasting memories, rides and character hugs, the joy pure. Back home, a new challenge arose when a close colleague of Gabriel's faced discrimination, the situation prompting action. They supported the coworker through HR processes, the experience highlighting ongoing societal work. Emmanuel used company resources for training programs, the initiative successful. Their relationship deepened with annual retreats, just the two of them reconnecting amid nature. One such trip in the mountains involved stargazing conversations about dreams. Gabriel expressed desire for more children, Emmanuel agreeing, the decision leading to adoption research. The process began with paperwork and home studies, the anticipation mixing with nerves. Mia offered to help the family united. Months of waiting brought a match, a young boy named Sam needing a home. The adoption finalized in a courtroom filled with tears, the brothers Leo and Sam instantly bonding. The expansion completed their family, the love multiplying. Challenges of parenting 2 boys taught patience, the sleepless nights shared. Gabriel and Emmanuel divided duties, the partnership equal. School events and sports games filled calendars, the chaos joyful. Community recognition came when the nonprofit won an award, Gabriel accepting on stage, Emmanuel cheering. The moment symbolized growth from that desperate text. Reflections often occurred during quiet evenings, the men recounting the path, misunderstandings that strengthened them, betrayals that clarified loyalties, and sacrifices that proved commitment. The unimaginable gift had created a legacy. As the boys grew, they shared the origin story in age-appropriate ways, the tale becoming family lore. External pressures lessened with time, acceptance more widespread, yet vigilance remained. A media interview highlighted their story, the response overwhelmingly positive. The exposure brought new members to the group, the ripple effect profound. Personal milestones included Gabriel's birthday surprise, a gallery show of family photos, Emmanuel organizing the event touching. Their love remained the core, expressed in daily acts. Leo and Sam thrived confident in their family. The journey of identity had evolved into one of purpose, the acceptance internal and external aligned. New decisions about expanding the nonprofit involved travel, Gabriel and Emmanuel balancing with family. Support from Mia and grandparents eased the load. Holidays now included extended family, the gatherings larger and warmer. As another year closed, they renewed their commitment, the bond enduring. The story from Ms. sent message to family life proved love's transformative power. Psychological growth shone in Gabriel's confidence, Emmanuel's openness, the changes lasting. The future held promise with boys' dreams and shared adventures. Their tale inspired many, the message clear: one act of kindness could spark a lifetime of love. Yet the emotional depth continued as they navigated parenting teens later, the lessons from early years guiding them. The unimaginable gift kept giving in unexpected ways. The boys entered their teenage years, bringing new dynamics to the family. Leo at 13 discovered soccer, excelling with Emmanuel coaching on weekends, the bonding special. Sam at 11 explored art, Gabriel encouraging classes, the creativity flourishing. Gabriel and Emmanuel attended every game and exhibit the support unwavering. Challenges of adolescence tested patience, discussions about identity and peer pressure mirroring Gabriel's past. They handled talks with honesty, the openness fostering trust. The nonprofit grew into a national network, Gabriel traveling for workshops, Emmanuel managing from home when needed. Mia remarried a kind man, the family expanding happily. Grandparents doted on the grandsons, the generational healing complete. Community work included policy advocacy, Emmanuel testifying on equality, the impact real. Their home remained a haven, movie nights and backyard barbecues, the laughter constant. A significant milestone came with their 10th anniversary, a vow renewal on the beach where it all deepened. Friends and family gathered, the celebration joyful. Gabriel reflected on the journey from that panicked text, the path of self-discovery, love and acceptance. Emmanuel echoed the gratitude, the bond stronger. The unimaginable gift had created ripples touching countless lives. Yet one final emotional climax tested them when Sam faced bullying at school due to their family. The incident brought pain but united them in action meetings with administrators and support for Sam. The resolution strengthened family resilience, the boys learning courage. Gabriel and Emmanuel used the experience to expand programs for youth, the initiative successful. As the boys graduated high school, pride swelled, Leo heading to college for sports, Sam pursuing art school. The empty nest phase brought new freedom, date nights, and travel, the romance rekindled. Gabriel published a book on his journey, the memoir inspiring readers. Emmanuel expanded the company with social impact focused, the legacy growing. Reflections during quiet walks revealed the psychological transformations, fear replaced by fulfillment, secrets by truth. The societal pressures had shaped but not defined them. A family reunion marked 20 years since the text, the gathering filled with stories and toasts. The boys, now young men, shared how the love modeled for them guided their lives. The circle complete. Yet life continued with grandchildren visits and new adventures. Gabriel and Emmanuel in their 50s remained active, the connection timeless. The journey proved that love, acceptance, and identity formed through trials created enduring strength. The mis-sent message had indeed delivered the greatest gift, two hearts finding home. As they sat on the porch watching the sunset, hands intertwined, the story came full circle. True or false? One accidental text can truly lead to a lifetime of love and acceptance for gay men in modern society?